Yo, what up, Brad? I'm gonna do this for a second time since the first time I fucked up and didn't do it the way I wanted to. So, we're gonna do some unboxing and some checking and some testing and show you some new stuff about this Nautilus Aspire. Bow! There it is. Nautilus Aspire. Now, the first thing that's pretty dope, packaging is sweet. Check it. It's got this nice little plastic thing around it, all this fancy stuff. So, let's take it apart and see what's inside. So the first thing you'll notice once you get this little plastic sleeve off is they've got a authenticity check on the back, kind of like Kanger does. This little joint right here. Woo, scratch and sniff. Oh, wait, well, that's scratch and check. You're going to scratch it off and check it to make sure that it's authentic. Nice little box, kind of like a gift thing. Woo, ooh. Ah, check it. Little instruction joint. And here's your components. Extra coil, beauty ring, tank, all that stuff. Now, this is where things get interesting. Because guess what I have? Oh, wow! Look at that. Guess what that's not? Glass. And guess what glass doesn't? Guess what glass does? It breaks. Okay, this is silly, and I know this is nitpicking, but I'm a detail-oriented kind of guy, and these are the little types of things that I notice, and I don't know if the rest of the world would, but this bugs me. See how nice this beauty ring is? See that? Nice, pretty, brushed finish. Super sweet. Like, I love this finish. It's gorgeous. That is not the finish that's on the rest of this device. This is just your standard shiny metal, pot metal, whatever crap it is. The base, that's brushed. This isn't. I think that's kind of cheesy, but no big deal. All right, so let's take this thing apart. The last time when I did one of these, I had already filled it with juice, so I didn't get a chance to show any of this stuff. Let's go ahead and take it apart, and you'll see the components of it. Now, this is the first thing. Now, normally a Kanger tank, you're going to unscrew this base, and the tank and all the rest of this stuff is all separate. The glass will come out from the top. The inside will unscrew. This is a little different how this works. Check this out. So the first thing is, I'm going to unscrew this guy. And the first thing you'll notice is that the coil is right there, right? Well, see how the coil is threaded? The coil actually threads into that flue that I mentioned before, okay? So when you're screwing this in, you're screwing into that flue to the coil, not to the base, to the coil itself, okay? Now the second thing is, this does not just come apart. This is threaded in place, okay? Ta-da! Threaded in place. Now, what's interesting is that this gasket came off with this. Gasket should have stayed in place. Interesting. See if we can manipulate this guy back into place here. Okay, that was just a little pre-manufacturing thing. So you can see the gasket's back down inside of there, and it's off the top of the glass. But see how the glass is threaded? And then the inside of this thing is threaded. So that's kind of cool too. It actually threads onto here, makes a nice secure connection. I kind of like that. I noticed the first time when I got this thing too that all these pieces, these are all brushed. They all look like they're stainless. That's kind of cool. So this is where things get interesting. So my very first tank, the first tank I had, I used for one day, and it got knocked over. I was using it on this Vamo that you saw in the first video, knocked it over, glass broke. Not good times. Okay, so now what I did was I found this guy. Found these online, found these on eBay. So let's see if this guy is going to work any better. I hope. I'm going to put this guy on here. We're going to screw him on. Ooh. Nice fit. Look at that. Nice and tight, sealed to the gasket. Your bottom piece. All that good jazz. And this guy's going to screw on here. Bada bing. Look at that. Hot damn. Bow. one more quick detail. I screwed this up the first time too. Here's your air holes. What you're going to do is your device, there's your biggest hole, there's the smallest air hole. So there's 4 of them, okay? Smallest hole, next to smallest, next to biggest, biggest. Dig it. Alright, so I got this new fancy silver stainless steel unbreakable tank. I'm going to go ahead and fill this joker up with some juice and let it sit for a second. I'm going to throw it on my Vamo. We're going to see what kind of clouds it makes. Alright, so check it out. I've got my device put back together. Got some juice in here. I should have mentioned this in the first video. Sorry about that. Juice I'm using is John Wayne, Uncle Junk's Genius Juice. This is my all-day vape. Look at that. Almost knocked this bitch over again. Some bitch! Anyway, Uncle Junk's. This is my favorite stuff in the entire world, man. John Wayne. Can't say enough good things about it. 12 milligrams. Killer shit. If you haven't tried it, owe it to yourself to give this a shot, especially if you like tobacco-flavored juices. It's the bomb! Alright, this joker's been sitting for about a minute. Minute or two. I went ahead and filled the tank up with my John Wayne. I reset my Vamo back down to a lower voltage again because I just checked the resistance on it. It is a 1.6 ohm coil, so I don't want to be throwing a whole bunch of crap to it. Don't want to burn my juice up. So right now it's set at 3.2, and I don't know if you can hear that. Let's give it a vape, see what happens. Not bad. That's on the lowest air setting. As you can see, that's the smallest air hole. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the largest air hole. See if we can get some juice flowing here. Exactly what I remembered from last week. It's been a week since I've toked on one of these fuckers. Alright, so that's about it. I don't know really what else to say. These are great tanks. If you're looking for an alternative to the Kanger, any of the Pro tanks, the Aero tanks, I mean, I've got a crap load of these freaking things. I've got mini tanks, I've got freaking Aero tanks, got all this stuff. This tank is going to replace all of that. I don't see a need or a want for anything else outside of the rebuildable stuff, but for a regular tank, Cardo, Addy, whatever the fuck, this really can't be beat, man. This is the best thing I've tried yet. I really like it. High quality stuff. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If I get more stuff, I'll review more and keep checking it out. Later.